Well, we can't accomplish everything at once. But as I said in my State of the State, and I hope you were listening, I have appointed 40 judges, and I think about a third of them are African American judges, and they have been judges that have previously been on courts represented by Caucasians. So, listen, I'll put my record in terms of promoting African Americans to the judiciary against anyone's, but not only African Americans, Hispanic appeals court judge, two members of the court that identify themselves as members of the gay and lesbian, transgender, and bisexual community. And so, of course, the court needs to be balanced in every way, but you can't do it all with one election.
But the lack of an African American court is a deficiency.
I would love to see an African American in the court. I would love to see Hispanic on the court. The courts should reflect the state, and I'm working toward that goal with great diligence.
Is the fact that Judge Brown is Jewish, is that an attempt to add diversity to the court?
Well, that's not why I asked him to seek the office, but I think having someone of the Jewish tradition on the court is good.
Would you appoint him if you were to lose to O'Connor? Would you appoint
As the judge said, I haven't thought that far ahead. We are in this to win. I can tell you that we are very serious about these two Supreme Court races. I'm serious about them. I think the party's very serious about them. I think we've got two very superb candidates. And I think these Supreme Court races are going to be different from most recent Supreme Court races.
And why is that? What's different this time?
Well, in terms of resources, in terms of the candidates themselves, and quite frankly, I think in terms of the support that we have already garnered behind these two superb candidates.
What prompted you to pick up the phone and call Mr. Brown?
I'm sorry?
What prompted you to pick up the phone and call this particular candidate? He just emphasized that it was really your phone call that got him in this race.
Well, it was a phone call, and then it was a meeting, where we talked very, very extensively. But I shared with him my concern that we have a court that does not reflect the people of our state, and that this was, I don't know if I put it this way, but perhaps his opportunity to really serve the entire state of Ohio and the people of our state. I shared with him that I thought because of his background, because of his relationship with and connections to Cuyahoga County, which is a large voting area, as well as his current status as a judge locally, that this made him an incredibly strong candidate, perhaps stronger than any candidate we've had in recent years. And so those were the factors that I considered as I approached him.
Is he your first of all the choice for the job?
Well, yes, I cannot offer the job to anyone, obviously. But he's the only person that I talk with about the Chief Justice race. Yes.
When you say that he brings something to court, are we talking ideology primarily?
Well, experience, values, a commitment to public service, a temperament that I think is appropriate for a judge, especially someone who would be the Chief Justice. His administrative background, the fact that he's been a small business owner, as well as what I perceive to be his personal values and commitment to the law and to justice. So all of those things in combination.
Governor, are you looking for anybody to run against Justice Piper, or are Democrats going to give him a free ride?
I have not been looking for anyone to run against Justice Piper. I quite frankly do not know if there are plans to recruit such a candidate, but I have not been involved in it.
Why aren't you looking for someone to run? Why aren't you actively seeking the candidate?
Well, I want to focus on these two races personally, and quite frankly, I think Justice Piper frequently makes decisions that do reflect an attempt to bring balance to the decision-making process of the Ohio Supreme Court.
One more question.
Governor, have you made a clemency decision yet on Mark Brown?
I have not.
Do you expect to do that today, or?
Well, I don't set artificial deadlines for myself when it comes to these matters. I have spent some hours over the weekend reviewing the case, and I will be talking further with my staff and legal counsel about it before I make a final determination.
Governor, how likely is it that you guys will come to a decision on Third Frontier, some sort of a compromise between the House and the Senate by tomorrow?
Well, it's necessary, and quite frankly, it's in the court of the Republicans in the Senate. Every other individual and stakeholder group that I have talked with in the entire state of Ohio supports the Third Frontier and a robust level of funding for the Third Frontier. It passed, as you know, in a hugely bipartisan way in the House of Representatives. I feel confident that the Democrats in the Senate are strongly in favor of it. So it really comes down to the 21 members of the Republican Senate caucus, and I hope that they will, if they don't want to accommodate anything that I have said, I hope they'll listen to the business community and to the academic community that strongly supports this and supports it at a robust level of funding. But they will have to determine if they think this is a worthy program. I think it's kind of interesting that they don't seem to have as much enthusiasm for their own program, because it was, as I have said over and over and over again, a program initiated by Governor Bob Taft and passed by a bipartisan legislature. So I think it's a good idea. I hope they still do, and will support it accordingly.
What did you think of the tone of the tweets from Shannon O'Brien during your State of the State address? Shannon Jones, I'm sorry, wrong. Shannon Jones.
Well, the fact is that there are a lot of important problems facing the state of Ohio, and whether or not someone's tweeting is not something that I use a lot of energy thinking about.
Thanks.
Thank you, Governor.
Songs today?